When Melania became First Lady, I was worried that she was going to shame the nation. She had a dodgy past. I mean, she came up from nowhere. There are all those nude pictures she did. There's rumors that she was maybe on the arm, that maybe she was actually selling herself. I don't know anything about this, but I thought it's a really dodgy past. And she married Donald Trump, which again, is not always the smartest thing for a woman to do, as history has shown. She has been a great First Lady. She has graced this country. She has made me personally proud to see the way she is with children, to see the way she can talk all those different languages to so many different people. And this is something we ought to celebrate. Not like, oh, don't talk about that, don't bring that up. No, this is somebody who elevated herself, who became something greater than the situation she was in. And I know about this too. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be a lot crazier and dead. But I'm here because by the grace of God and by the work of God, only through that, I was elevated into something new. That's a celebration. That's a beautiful thing. I personally celebrate it every day. And I celebrate it when I see people like Melania. And meanwhile, we get from the left, especially our disgusting celebrity class, who really, the fact that we make these people famous speaks ill of us. But here's Sarah Silverman. She tweeted during the speech, "I have to admit, Melania is a pretty sexy, lying, a-hole, complicit pig." Okay, Kathy Griffin, I can't even quote what she said. It's all filth. John Cusack, if she was a sex worker and who knows the truth about such a thing, that's not what's wrong. It's being a racist, a liar, and a criminal enabler of a Nazi who put children in cages. Never forget this model was actually a call girl. Rapper Cardi B said, "Didn't she used to sell that WAP?" Well, you know what? If she did, she's become one of the most graceful, beautiful First Ladies we've ever had. And it is an extreme statement of the pettiness and meanness and small-heartedness of the left that they don't put her on magazine covers. I know it's a small thing, but the First Lady is kind of for everybody. She's not taking sides all the time. She's supporting her husband, but she's not taking sides. She usually does stuff that involves children and drugs and things like that. There's no reason not to put this beautiful, graceful woman on magazine covers. It's just meanness. It's just smallness. It's just power hunger because they own all those magazines and we're too stupid to start our own women's magazines and our own culture, our own counterculture to counter theirs. So let's take a look at what she said. She basically made a unifying speech, a speech I think that was meant to appeal to women with whom Trump has a problem. This is cut 18 saying she's not going to make it a partisan speech.
As you have heard this evening, I don't want to use this precious time attacking the other side, because as we saw last week, that kind of talk only serves to divide the country further. I'm here because we need my husband to be our president and commander-in-chief for 4 more years. He is what is best for our country.
And I love that she said, he speaks his mind, and she broke out in a big smile. We all know that he doesn't keep his mouth shut, basically. And so she went high. She learned this obviously from Michelle Obama. You can compare her speech and you can see she took a tip from Michelle Obama, who went so high. This is cut 23.
They see our leaders labeling fellow citizens enemies of the state while emboldening torch-bearing white supremacists. They watch in horror as children are torn from their families and thrown into cages, and pepper spray and rubber bullets are used on peaceful protesters for a photo op. Sadly, this is the America that is on display for the next generation. A nation that's underperforming not simply on matters of policy, but on matters of character.
So I got the saying wrong. It's when Melania goes high, Michelle goes right into the mud. What I love about the Michelle speech is every word of it was untrue. The stuff about saying good things about white supremacists, the stuff about putting kids in cages, which her husband was doing way before Donald Trump had to do it because of the law. The other part that I love was Melania basically addressed the riots, which, the press has been, until today, the press has been covering them up. And she called for people to come together. This is cut 20.
We still have so much to learn from one another. With that in mind, I like to call on the citizens of this country to take a moment, pause, and look at things from all perspectives. I urge people to come together in a civil manner so we can work and live up to our standard American ideals. I also ask people to stop the violence and looting being done in the name of justice.
So Lester Holt, the anchorman at NBC, is shocked that she would attack looters. What's wrong with her? This got 6.
She may have raised eyebrows when she talked about the need to stop looting in the name of justice. There will be those who will take offense at that, who are in the streets protesting, not necessarily looting.
Yeah, so Kenosha, Wisconsin is on fire. Finally, this is breaking through. People are seeing it. Don Lemon is not happy. This is cut 8.
And I think this is a blind spot for Democrats. I think Democrats are ignoring this problem or hoping that it will go away. And it's not going to go away. And so, unless someone comes up with a solution over the next 73 days or 70 however many days.
68 days.
68 days. So it's not going to, the problem is not going to be fixed by then. But what they can do, and I think maybe Joe Biden may be afraid to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe he won't. Maybe he is. He's got to address it.
Because the polls are going bad. Governor Kate Brown of Oregon, she tweets, "Let me be clear, it's time for the violence and vandalism to end so Portland can focus on the important work to be done to achieve real change for racial justice. Those who have committed acts of violence will be held accountable." It's time for the violence to end. It's been months. It's polls o'clock. The hand is halfway past the polls and we're titching and suddenly we're losing, we had the whole media covering this up and suddenly people aren't happy.